Well. Good evening, lads, lasses, and you non-binary folk. How are we all feeling tonight? Hey, feeling chipper, feeling spry, feeling hopefully less tired than me. Sorry, tapping the mic a bit. I am rather sleepy, to be honest, on this nighttime stream, this rare nighttime stream. It's been a while. Been a couple of weeks, I feel. Because I have just gotten back from a hike. I have just gotten back from a little jaunt into the mountains. A little wander into the woods. A little gavant into the glades. A little waltz into the winding paths. And it has left me rather sleepy. I'll admit. Rather sleepy indeed. Picked up this little fella from the mountains though. Hanging out my shoulder. My new best friend. Little fella from the mountains. And it was with a friend. When I was out. Oh, goodness gracious me. I'm sorry. Oh. What a yawn. But when I was out on Friday, I was chatting to this friend of mine. And I mentioned there was a small hike that wasn't too far from where I am. And that they remembered doing that hike, but not actually being able to finish it because they got lost. And couldn't find the end of the path that was so claimed to be there. So, and at the end of this path, there's a few cool things. It's a nice hike with a nice views and a few interesting locations to find at the end of the path. So I said, hey, we should go. I've been to the end of that hiking path quite a few times. It does have a bit of confusing because there's a few hiking paths that cross each other, about 3/4 of the way through the hiking trail. And the signage wasn't great, I'll admit. The signage is rather confusing. They did a lot better with the signage. They seem to have updated the signage and repaired a lot of the roads along there, which is nice. I wasn't expecting that. So it is nice that they sort of did good job repairing, you know? And so we decided, when I mentioned that, you know, I have, you know, gone to that place plenty of times, he got really excited. We decided to organise a day. Unfortunately, he was still rather jet-lagged from a flight he arrived on. I think the night we went out on Friday. He's still a bit extreme jet-lagged. So he ended up waking up rather late. And so we ended up going on the hike rather late. And we managed to get back before the sun went down. And we stopped by a Indian curry place. Well, actually, sorry, Nepalese curry place. And it was really nice. So I'm full on curry and naan. God, I love the size of the naans in this country. It's so good. It's like the size of a child. I wouldn't even say it's the size of a small child or it's the size of a baby. No, these things are like the size of a toddler, I swear. The size that they could start getting up and walking around. They're getting dangerously close to having to pay for a ticket if you took them into a movie theater. That sort of size. Is that a toddler you're hiding under your shirt? Or are you just smuggling naan into the movie theater? Who knows? But we had a good time. We had a good time after that. But it did mean I got back, you know, a few dozen minutes before I was actually needing to get ready for stream, and I am extremely tired because it's been a while since I've been on a hike, and frankly, I feel like it's been a while since I've done some proper exercise. So we went up that mountain, had quite the pace, saw some beautiful stuff, chatted quite a bit, Went back down the mountain. Ate some curry. Now I'm back. Ready for action. I pulled out today's drink, which is a nigorizake, which is a type of... It's not unfiltered. So a lot of people have a mistake that nigorizake is unfiltered. No, it's pressed like normal sake. It's parallel saturification or whatever that word was. I can never remember how to pronounce it. It's a really long word. Saturification and fermentation using koji like rice wine. Normal sake. It's pressed like normal sake to separate the liquids from the solids. The difference, I believe, is though that whereas clear sake uses a very fine mesh, which is a more modern invention. Clear sake was rather more modern in its thing, where they were able to start sort of manufacturing these extremely fine meshes. Whereas nigorizake is a coarsely filtered sake. As you can see in the photo, I've let this sit for a while on a shelf, so the coarse parts of the sake has separated down into the bottom of the drink, giving it a very distinct change in colour. You've got the clouds lingering at the bottom and the clear sake at the top. I wanted you to see that there was a distinct change. I wanted you to see that. There's another picture I have which is like it's lying on its side, but this shows it better. That's not a label, that's just the sake. But the label is white. So it leads this sort of cloudy, sort of low filter with a lot of fine particles suspended. And people say it has a fuller mouth feel, but I've never been. Yeah, well, I haven't drunk much of the stuff, but I've noticed it's like sort of fuller. The nigorizakes I've tended to drink tended to be on the sweeter side, though in a short bit of research I did, making sure I knew what I was talking about and that I wasn't making any mistakes, it is not necessarily always sweet. It's more the flavour of the sake that would have been made if you hadn't filtered it coarsely. Because the stuff is not necessarily very sweet, though it can be. Because a lot of people mix that up with something like amezake, which has a similar appearance, but is a extremely low alcohol version of sake. Ama means sweet, so amezake means sweet sake, which is very sweet, and it is also very cloudy. Almost thick in its cloudiness. There's almost a thickness to it. And then you've of course got the notorious doboroku, the sort of sake moonshine, which is more like a mash, where they haven't really pressed it that much. And there's still a lot of solids in the liquids, causing it to have like a almost thick porridge-like consistency. It's rarely made. I think they banned it because they were trying to ban home brewing or something like that. Not too sure. But doboroku was rather hard to find because it was only ever really being able to make at certain shrines and temples that used it as part of their sort of traditional services. Though these days, you're able to get the license and make some, so you see it more often these days. But these days, still, you're probably more likely to find something like a nigorizake or a shiborizake, which is pretty much the same thing, I think. I don't know, I can't quite remember the difference between shiborizake. Shiborizake, I think, is like from the first press sort of thing. It's sake from the first press of the season, or some such. But yes, the point is, most sake, before sort of more modern styles of filtration that were introduced, most sakes were a cloudy sake. Most people had a coarse cloth that they could filter it through, and therefore could get most of the cloudy stuff out. But left a lot of the finer particles in. So, I believe it sort of came back after the war, because they had sort of the ability to make clear sake before the war, and then after the war it sort of made a comeback. I'm not too sure. I can't quite remember the story for it. But it's classed as a normal sake. So... Excuse me. But yes, it's interesting. It's interesting. I believe the nigori just means cloudiness or turbidity. That's sort of like cloudiness or dirty, I guess. But it's pretty much every sake that is not that clear. Oh, excuse me. Point is, it's a bit different from Doburoku, which is another famous one, which has nothing done to it. It is just the fermented mash that comes out of the sake making process, and they dump it in a bowl and you drink it. But you have to get a specific license to make Doburoku, which is funny because it's probably the easiest one to make at home, which is probably why they banned it, because they didn't want people making like sake moonshine, I guess. Who knows? Or maybe there's some sort of danger that comes from Doburoku. Now let's look at the Wikipedia. Household. Prior to the development of specialized brewing technology and legal regulation, most of Doburoku were widespread. Improvements in pressing techniques and the industrial institutionalization of sake brewing led to the dominance of clear filtered sake. Doburoku declined in everyday production, persists in local contexts. Oh, there you go. A manufacturer of alcohol with a higher of 1% requires liquor manufacturing licensing to having token alcohol. Doburoku breeds falls into the regulatory framework. Oh. There you go. So, in Japan, the manufacturer of beverages with a content percentage of higher than 1% requires a liquor manufacturing license. You aren't allowed to make moonshine in Japan. There you go. Weird. Interesting. Oh, that's why. Historically, standard licensing requirements required a minimum annual production volume that effectively excluded small-scale producers. So the idea is, this was a sort of homebrew sake that most people homebrewed, and therefore most people who made it weren't making enough to be able to get a liquor license to make it legally. Even though it was widespread once laws came in, it lost its popularity as clear sake, and institutionalization of sake brewing became much more common, and more sake was available for cheap. People didn't need to make their own. It actually became difficult to make this specific one because it was pretty much only ever made at home. Generally, this isn't something you would sell, though they do these days. It was seen as sort of a home thing, but now it's harder to make at home. Interesting. Anyway. There goes the top of the bottle. That was not my knuckles, that was the top of this drink. This nigori sake smells really sweet. Lost? Smells like wet rice in a weird way. How much percent is this? 15%? Whee! Oh my goodness, it's like milk. It's got the consistency of milk. Cheers, lads. Contrary to its rather sort of sweet rice smell, it's a really dry sake. And I don't know if that's because it's been sitting on my shelf for 2 weeks. Might be it. I don't think it is. It's been sealed for 2 weeks. I'm sure it can survive for a while on a shelf. But... oh, good thing I didn't show the label. Just realised it's a good thing I didn't show the label of this one. Ooh. I must have bought a local one. When did I buy this? Because that's really local. Ah, good thing I didn't show the label, eh? That's really local. I probably could have gotten away with it. I shouldn't have said that. Whoops. Anyway, you can't see the label, so it's fine. That's like less than a town away. Supporting my local community. What can you say? What can I say? I am nothing if not a supporter of my local community. There is some old Japanese man who has another penny in his pocket because of old Eric and his need to buy things because he thinks they're interesting. Cheers, cheers, cheers. One of these days, I'll find one of those shrines that's making Doburoku, so I can try the weird sake mash. The essentially fermented soup that is left over after the sake process. But, really weirdly enough, Doburoku, the thicker cousin of Shiborizake and Nigorizake, is, funnily enough, rather religious, because the fact that most of the people who continued making it even after liquor licensing had become a thing were religious institutions that had used it part of their sort of rituals. There were also certain zones that had like small communities in them were allowed to make Doburoku at small scale. They still get a license, but they don't need to have a production I think the production minimum is not that high, so a normal person can produce that much. Not a company, or a shuzo, or a brewery. Oh, liquor tax law. It's so fun. Shuzeho. Shuzeho. Yeah, it's apparently very closely... It's a very religious drink, would you believe? Given to the gods. I don't know, I feel like if I was a god, I'd feel pretty offended if they gave me the unfiltered, unprocessed wine. It really feels like they haven't tried hard enough. I want the clear stuff, where you've really tried hard. But, who knows? Cheers. Oh. I am a sleepy boy. It is amazing how many different types of sake there are. I think there's a last type, like Kuchi Kami or something like that. Kuchikami sake, which is, I think, literally means chewing sake or something like that. Let me look it up. Okay. Oh, it has a Wikipedia article. Why wasn't that on the other one? Wow, that's a tiny Wikipedia article. Kuchikami sake, or mouth chewed sake. Oh, it uses kami as in kao, like to chew or to bite. Know that. I've never heard it said. Kuchikami no sake is a type of rice-based brewed alcohol produced by a process involving human saliva as a fermentation starter. Ho! Whoa! You know, every day I learn something wild about the country I've chosen to live in. Whoa! Damn, I just suddenly thought of a great business idea. You know, they've had all this... You know, gamer girl bathwater, but where's my gamer girl Kuchikami sake? Where's my gamer girl chewing up some rice to start as a fermentation starter? Yeah, that's I'm sure it's very hard to get a license to make this. There is no way this is any good. But it is Where's my Vtuber making their mouth chewed sake? Chew it up and spit it back. Create the start of fermentation. One of the earliest types of alcoholic drinks in Japan. Kuchi means mouth, kami means to chew, sake is the rendaku form of sake, in found in compound words. Kuchi kami sake is a white in color and has a sour taste. After 2 weeks of fermentation, it can reach up to 7% ABV. Made of chewed rice, the mixture from the enzyme from the saliva and the rice result in the fermentation process. Oh yeah, so it doesn't use koji. So you chewing on it breaks the rice down because you do start to digest things in your mouth. There are enzymes in your mouth. So by chewing and then letting the enzymes get into this rice, it's actually breaking the rice starches down, which is usually quite difficult for natural sugars to do. Natural bacteria to do. A lot of sort of normal bacteria we use for fermentation would have it's why we have to mash a lot of stuff into things, because a lot of these bacteria aren't going to be able to get into the seeds or the grains. Rice is no different. Koji is uniquely suited to actually break into the rice grain and eat it and turn it into alcohol. And even then, we still have to cook the sake, I think. Which is not what they do for shochu. But yes. Interesting. So by chewing it, and the enzymes will break down the rice into usable form, and then just whatever mouth bacteria you have will start fermenting, I guess. That seems wildly dangerous, but it does exist, and it kind of disgusts me. But I think it would be very funny. I don't think you'd be able to. It's definitely homebrewed. There's no way you'd get a goddamn. There's no way you would get a license for this. Yeesh. First comment I saw in this post is, that's gonna be a no from me, dog. It's a no from me. Pack your bags, we're leaving. Woo! Human saliva creates booze from plants, basically. Oh my god. That looks disgusting. Ah! Kushi Kamizaki is a type of rice-based alcohol. The rice is first chewed, usually by a woman. Preferably a virgin. Or a priestess. Then spat out. Oof. Oof. Yee! Where's my goddamn anime girl making their mouth chewed sake? Come on. There's an open market for it here. It would be almost certainly extremely gross. But exists, and it was in that movie Your Name, so... yeah. Weird. Weird, weird, weird. People have strange choices. Otherwise, I've talked enough about this and sipped enough alcohol. I'm starting to wake up a bit. I'm starting to sort of get my second wind. It is mad that Japan has used a mold that no one knows why this specific strain that exists in Japan is non-toxic, but it isn't. And that it wasn't until 2005 that they were able to genome sequence it. They were just using this mold and believing that it won't poison them. Bizarre, bizarre. Anyway. Let's get into the game. Enough about anime girls chewing on rice and making wine. And more me getting my ass kicked by monsters in a game that I've probably forgotten how to play. Would you all purchase Anime Girl chewed sake, even if I pretended it would? If I suddenly started selling Anime Girl produced mouth chewed sake, would you purchase it, even though it is almost certainly being sold by me, which means it's probably just me doing it? Would you buy the sake that I chewed on? God damn it. Give me a moment. The controller doesn't want to connect. Oh, I should get a longer USB cable. Why don't people sell like 10-meter USB cables in this country? My legs are so sore. I should have done some stretching. Ugh. I'll stretch now. Stand up and do some stretching. I'm not doing anything tomorrow. I'll suffer sore muscles. This is what I get. Join me all as I go. Ich ni san shi go such ich ni san shi. Do some radio Taiso. So comfortable too. You're gonna hear me bumping my knee against the table. So comfortable. Relaxing. Relaxing. Anyway. Game time. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop. We're so close to the end of this game. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm wearing the sweet gold armor with love on my forehead. I'm all rugged up, ready to get my ass kicked. Sorry, I have to turn the sound on. I just realised. There you go. Sorry. Got to unmute the game. I was singing and you couldn't hear me. Alright. I do believe I changed hammers off screen. And I was just, after we finished the last time we played this, I threw off some, just threw a different hammer on. That will stay as this weapon. Question is, do I remember what I'm doing? Yes, we beat the boss. We did that. We did this. Yeah. I think we're mostly done with this area. Sort of any quests? Oh, there's a quest down there, wasn't there? Can't stop me, spiders! I'm too fast. Jesus. Who is this screaming son of a bitch? Try that again, mate. I win. Mr. Ice Creams a lot. Now, let's go fight my greatest enemy. Fish women. Ow. Truly my greatest foe. Instantly killed by the fish ladies. I don't know how they keep defeating me. Just ignore the spiders. Spiders are not to be worried about. Spiders are not to be worried about. Spiders will continue until morale improves. Spiders will continue until morale. I keep forgetting I don't have. What are you doing, lass? There we go. Success! I am the defeater of the mermaid. Why'd you run away, lass? Oh god, she turned into like a scary lady. Why did that mermaid end up looking like that? She like changed form. God. Such a powerful move. Bring down the light of the heavens upon their head. Oh, it's because they're in water, isn't it? That's probably why. Wait, you can poison these things? No, I kind of honestly thought these things would be resistant to poison. Who thought you could poison a blob? Seems a strange thing to be able to do. I guess they are made of mostly one thing. I suppose that would be pretty easy to fill with poison. God damn a worm! Win. Let me guess, fell to your death? Yeah. Happens to the best of us, mate. Don't feel too beaten up about it. Because you weren't beaten up. You fell to death. I almost tried to glide, like you can do in Rise of Ronin. Wow, I am tired. am I meant to get to that crucible spike then? Oh. Wait, why do they only let you go from... Ah. Nope. I'm flattered, lady, but... I'm not spoken for, I just don't want you to speak for me. Dodge my... I really hate her doing that. That scream is really annoying. That scream is really annoying. Right. Lovely. No, there's not much to do. Except for... I've got two more areas, Gion and Kiyomizu. I'd rather start this quest first, as that would get us on the way. Okay? Travel this place. It is weird. Sort of a thickness to it, even though it is so dry. Oh, you can enter Gion from this way. Okay. That's the case. I will travel to Nishi... West. Onji. And see what our friend, the industrious fellow, wants to do. The industrious trader, Donald Thomas Glover. Oh, you know.
Mr. Sakamoto 宛てに差出人不明の金が届くのです。金の入った巾着は遊郭のものですが、あそこは廃墟のはず。
Oh, is it?
獅子へ支援物資を輸送するため、私は手を離せません。差出人の手にないか探してもらえ。裕福なお方であれば。
They have deep pockets. Perhaps they would be so open to a trade. And if it's the Pleasure District, it's in Gion. Okay. Oh no, it's in that Pleasure District. Never mind. Okay. Yeah. May as well, I suppose. Gion's not a Pleasure District. I should probably have said that. It's not a Pleasure District. I made a mistake there. That's embarrassing. Silly me. It's me making associations where there probably aren't any. Damn, this guy turned into a skeleton. He's been trolling for so long, he's lost his skin. God damn. I guess I've sort of wiped out the Shinsengumi, so it makes sense, but seriously. Is it upstairs, maybe? In the original boss fight room? What's that ominous sound? Well, I guess it's not up here. But it sounds like it is. Oh, everything's changed. The whole arrangement of this building's changed. I don't think anyone's having any pleasure in this place anymore. Gonna say. Oh. Nice. Was this hole always here? Oh dear. That person's not happy. A body in here? No. Just a lady unhappy with that particular customer. Understandably fair. Absolutely. Have you considered our Lord and Savior? Go swing and a miss. Well, I swung and I hit him, but he swung and ended badly for him. So I do like how they've sort of rearranged this area. Oh. Even a new enemy in the center. Rather appropriately a monkey. Fortunately for this monkey, this is not monkey fun. And we're not monkeying around. It's all serious business. Jesus. Oh mate, come on, you've got to get that checked. Tragic. Many such cases. You're just trying to have a fun time at the night of the house of the ladies of the night, and you accidentally trip over the tripwire and die a horrible death to the wall-mounted musket. Happens, you know, many such cases. Happens to the best of us. Alright. What are you doing? After the money, are you? I don't think he was after the money, to be honest. Huh. Well, I'm certainly sure you could make a deal with a guy like that, but I don't know if you'd want to. It sounded slimier than a slug. Now, maybe I shouldn't judge a book or a man by what it makes, the sound it makes when it opens. Should not judge a book by the sound it makes when I turn the page. Even if that sound is... I would not want a book to make that sound, but hey, if it's a good book, maybe I'd keep reading. Even if it sounded like a wet...
すでに金は物資とともに鳥羽へ輸送しました。相手は幕府、全力で取り戻しに来るでしょう。急いで輸送隊の安否を確認してください。私はすぐに追いつきます。
What's just down the corner? Wow, this convoy did not get anywhere. I'm gonna be honest. Mate, your convoy is gone all of about 2 steps. And got immediately ambushed by the shogunate. Good job, guys. Great work. Stellar work, everyone. Terrible. Find whoever attacked the convoy. I'm liking how things are changing with all these missions and quests. Made for the watchtower. Isn't this like 2 steps from home base? Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. The hell are you talking about, mate? How did I miss? Oh, come on. Not that tracking bastardry. Get out of here. Goddamn evil monkey. Oh, come on. Bandit leaders Odachi. I'm fine! Damn, he is running. Oh, I guess I have to wait until he runs to me like a Baywatch rescuer. Not exactly what I want to see. He's kind of handsome man, but not exactly what I want to see running towards me on Baywatch. Supposedly.
そういえば昔、ミスター坂本が命乞いする盗賊を見逃したとか。
Well, he makes a lot of friends, clearly.
その時の盗賊だったのかもしれませんね。生きていれば獅子に加わる道もあったでしょう。
If perhaps he were alive.
この金は
Oh, can't be helped. 仕方ない。
ミスター坂本が望む未来のためなら。
ミスター坂本。
この男も本望でしょう。
I'm sure it will be. A present from whom? From him. To you. Bandit leaders Odachi. Fun. Fun indeed. I can't drink all of this sake because I want to use it for something. Might finish up there. I'll close it up there and not finish the rest of it. Wouldn't have happened to a better man. Didn't I already search through this place?
Huh?
Yeah, I definitely went through this place. It was. I remember this place. Yeah, I remember. I remember. This is why I didn't find that. Alright. Let's head across the way and face whatever this is. Ow. I am not. They try to available. This is the unparalleled. Not very unparalleled to me, but what you do, you. Oh, well, well, well. If it isn't a magician. Here, look at this trick. With a great shout, I shall produce fire. That did not work. With this magic trick, I shall take all the memories from you. With a blunt force hit to the head. Truly magical. How did he do it? We may never know. Whee. Why does this feel like a dueling location? It's a cute garden. It does feel like I found someone's grave, though. With this one trick, I will turn your current memories into a memory that you can't remember. That was his death? Yeah. Well, that was a risky jump. Probably shouldn't have done that. Ooh, almost caught me, big bad wolf. Big bad wolf has nothing on the big bag batter. Yoga, has Yoshi-Yoga completely mad? He is a mad and immortal shinobu, shogun. I don't know what these people thought was going to happen. That was already kind of mad. Oh, hello. Cute. You're hiding. Hee 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 hee. Ooh, ha 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 ha. Whoa. Nail him. Are you my friend, even though I shot you with a high caliber rifle? Can love even bloom with a high caliber rifle? Dude, that was an axe technique. I just got an axe technique from that guy. What technique did I get? That's cool. Faster charging. Not faster charging, but when you're hit while charging, it sort of activates immediately. That's really fun. I like that idea. It's good fun. That's a good fun idea. I'd love to see it. Another dead monk. There's an awful lot of these. Monks did not do well in this apocalypse. You did a terrible job at defending your weird spike, large, awful creature that I swear was... Governments who are known for highly suppressing people aren't usually known for their compassion. I win, big man. I win. And yes, it's because I pretty much use everything I would use on a boss on you, because I'm scared of you. But I still win. Ninja marksman's gauntlets. Psh, shiny. Oh, that's right. We fought that guy with the giant gun last time, didn't we? I forgot about that guy. He used a hammer too. In fact, I think this is his hammer. Hello. Go. Go, little one. Be free. I'm starting to realize I should have gone to this area a lot earlier because it's much lower level than the areas I've just been in. I've kind of got to this area a tad late. Is this a master? Is Ishikawa Goemon. Beyond Infinity. Goemon? I wonder if it's the Goemon I think it is. The thief. Hail them. And this world will rife with speeds. Shall this world ever be rife with fear? Defeated all the masters. God amongst men. I just got an achievement. I am a god amongst men. You are right, game. I am a god amongst men. Beyond infinity. Oh, so it's just to increase the speed of the next tick. Oh my god! Holy shit, when am I ever going to be able to use that ability? That ability has about 800 years of time between the two attacks. Jesus Christ. Nice. Let your magics defend against gun. May your attacks defend against gun. Can I hit you from here? Yes, I can. Hello. Off he goes. Oh, he's gone. Jesus. There it is. The spear attack that I wanted. Oh, there's a beyond affinity fire. Oh my god. Spear attack. Spear attack. Spear attack. Spear attack. Water wheel. Water. Yes. Whoever the developer was probably thought they were really smart for that one. Give me a moment. I have had a bit too much of the lovely stuff to drink, so I'm going to leave you all standing ominously looking off into the depths of hell as I go fulfill some responsibilities on the porcelain throne. Back in a moment. I am back! Whew. Good stuff. Drink a swig of the champion's juice. No, it's water, by the way, it's water. I'm just drinking water. Just realised what I said could be rather misconstrued. Alright, let's get to it, shall we? I know what dangers exist beyond these walls. But I know that I shall face them. And I shall survive. And I shall win. As I have always done before. Though there is a large area. How did I not notice you could go down here from there? Tell me I have to travel up again and go back down through that way. Goodness. Oh, more magicians. This time, magicianing up a goddamn wall. Shit. What's with these magicians and their rules of three? Jesus. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that, you bastard. Ow. The weird conical heads are rather difficult to hit all of a sudden. Don't worry, I always carry hand explosive for just this situation. There's not a problem that cannot be solved with throwing hands. Am I talking about real hands, or am I talking about fake hands? I'll never tell. Am I saying throwing my hands, or am I saying throwing some other random, unrelated person's hands? Well, I'll leave that to the imagination. You may wonder where I get a supply of hands. That is also something I shall leave to your imagination. I'm a very handy guy. Oh no, Kondo and Hijikata. The Shinguzumi's chief and demon vice chief. I don't know why they liked the guy so much. He clearly wasn't exactly known for his kind nature. But I guess if you're a military-style unit, a bit of a drill sergeant brings everyone together. I don't know. What am I? I don't know why I was powering that guy. I didn't really need to do that to that poor man. Just needed to know how, make him know how outclassed that he was. Sorry. I wasn't outclassed. I was perfectly fine. He was outclassed. Shinsegami member, Yamami Keisuke. Glad to think they're doing well. Nice. Run away! Alright, one monster down. You're boned. Yeah. I'm about to enter the bone zone. Oh no, one of the baby men. My great enemy. Baby men. No. Counter. Stealth. Alright, I just got an achievement called Capture All Enemy Bases, and consider I also got an achievement called Defeat All Monsters. I'm starting to think we might be in a little bit of an endgame area. So, how goes the, demon slaying? If you consult the magical sake bottle, it's going well, Tiberian. How are you? Both the drinking and the demon slaying is going well. Now you might ask, drinking and demon slaying may seem like a dangerous thing to do in tandem, but that's the question. Turns out, being not scared of something makes them very upset with you, and being drunk makes it very hard to be scared. How are you doing, Tiberian? You join me, tired, after a rather long hike today? Just got off work. Oh, nice. A classic Sunday evening, eh? Oh, shit. He's absolutely jamming out, guys. Look at him go. They're all really enjoying his music, I think. I think clutching one's head and writhing in agony is how people show their enjoyment of a musician. Sunday morning. In your case, yes. How have these guys not been hit by any of those? Son of a bitch. But how are you enjoying your Sunday morning? I had a good Sunday. I met up with a friend and we went hiking, actually. I got back just before the stream was supposed to start. And I am very tired because of such a thing. But, you know, not too tired, I guess. Alive enough that I can do the stream. Don't know why this area is full of people. Grudges of the damned. Let me not judge the hobbies, though. Come on, big man. Have at thee.
La PlayStation 2.
How have you turned up at the same time, you two? How the hell did you two turn up at the same time? Hey, Win&Co, hello. Newest pharmaceutical product, Win&Co's magical patented Souls of the Damned alcohol will cure what ails you. Sometimes. Oh no! No! Drove home in the same car together. Oh damn! Damn, who would have thought? I didn't realize you commuted all the way from Argentina. That is a long commute home, Tiberian. That is a long commute. Actually, I was thinking, right, 30 minutes. How much honey as I get? I can offer you cloudy sake. My honey is currently still frozen. I need to heat it up in a pan to make it back to normal again. explode! They go fast enough, you could drive over water. Oh, I didn't know that. I'll have to try that next time. In my little 660 engine, 660C engine. I'm sure that can go fast enough, right? Power of Japanese ingenuity. Belief in Japan. Horsepower in Japan. That makes me sound like I'm making a reference to Uma Musume. I'm not, I swear. My throat is killing you. That's not very good. You'll have to get your throat arrested for attempted murder. Kicked your ass, big boy. Yes, all I can hope to offer you is weird cursed sake. I'm sure it will do well for you. The unfiltered nature of it makes it healthier, you see. More fiber. Fiber helps with sickness, right? I'll admit, I've forgotten most things I learned in medical school. Old lady grinding on a rock. Wait, that's a bad way to say that. Grinding a sword on a rock. Ooh. Hello. Back off. Back off you. I get this safe. Who is that? There is an ominous figure standing. They're just standing there. I'm gonna be honest, lass. You look like a ghost. So I'm gonna ignore you for a while, because I don't know if I can trust your corporeality. I've seen a lot of ghosts recently, and it's making it hard to believe what's real. Like a fish over troubled waters. Sorry. I don't know why I said like a fish over troubled waters. That is not what the song is. But I think it's very funny that my brain decided to say like a fish over troubled waters. Like a fish over troubled waters. Like a fish over troubled waters. That is definitely how that song goes. I didn't pick up that one item. I haven't killed one of these guys today. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, bastard. Though, it's interesting. Today's hike was really quite nice, actually. I feel like I didn't ask. Yes, it was a very good hike today. It was just an enjoyable experience, you know. It was nice showing someone a hike that I've done quite a few times. Sort of get their opinion on it. They really enjoyed it. They thought it was a really great time. It was really fun. I am satisfied, though I am rather tired. Oh, now the Blood Edge demons appeared. I will swim around. Alright. Hey, Les. Sure. Yeah, I kind of figured that, Les. Kusumoto Ine. Oh, you're a doctor. Is that why you dressed like that? I was really wondering what that outfit was going. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Oh, don't worry, I'm immortal. Time travel. Hell of a thing. Thanks though, Lars.
派手に争ったようじゃな。清水の麓には古くから多くの墓場があったが、これでは弔いきれぬ亡者がいても無理はない。
男め、手こずらせやがって。
Oh, Jesus Christ, what? Wow, this is... I just realized this is that street. This is the street full of, like, the old shops that you can do to go up to Kiyomizu. God damn, look at Kiyomizu. It's gotten an even better view now. The mountain's been deconstructed. It's the abstract painting of Kiyomizu-dera. World's most famous temple building. Kiyomizu, as done by Salvador Dali. How the hell am I supposed to get up there? Defeat all the yokai. Huh? What? What? Huh? God damn! I'm fighting with the yokai this time? Holy shit! How does that work? Enemy of my enemy is my friend, I guess. Who would have thought yokais were against governments? Oh shit. Holy shit, these yokai, they've got blue eyes, they're good boys. They're against big government. Who thought the spirits of the damned would be against government oversight? Kick his ass, mate. Oh, don't you bully my wolf man! How dare you! Oh, Satsuma Saigo Satsuma, yeah, fair enough. He was in the Yakuza game, I'm starting to realise. The Yakuza game where all the monsters were around. Saigo. Oh yeah? Now he's speaking with the Satsuma accent. Good job, boy. Off he goes. Speak with the man. The myth. The legend. Saigo-ka. I don't know if protection was the word for it, but, you know.
幕府に従う道理はない。薩摩のことは薩摩の皆で守り抜けばよい。
Sounds an awful lot like you're trying to avoid the government from controlling the states, but okay. Okay. What's this weird theme tune that just started? Away. Like over trouble. Alright. Now we're going to explore this area a bit before we move on. Oh, is that the cemetery down there? A well-protected temple fell into such a state, but terrifying yokai might learn that. I see. Honestly, myself, not too sure how this happened. Seems rather difficult to do, you know? We'll get into that area too somehow. Alright. Why does it feel like they put way more effort into this area than they have in the previous areas? This area is way bigger. Why is that fellow really depressed? But I didn't really seem to do anything, so... Not too sure what that's about. Wow, wow. Oh, look, it's hell. I do love to see it. I like how this weird, like, they're like parts of a painting. Like how the spirit stone has formed in this area is like parts of a painting, like clouds from an old style painting. It's really interesting. What's this? I have gained the power of the sacred arrow. It has made everyone depressed. Don't you dodge me, boy. Oh, that guy just fell off on his own. God damn, the magic sacred power made this guy so depressed, he just threw himself off the bridge. I even knew that. That wasn't me, I swear. Ow, son of a bitch. Never mind, he did throw himself off the bridge. Hiding from me. Oh. Oh. Oh, there's something under the bridge. Didn't realize. Thank you, fellow who threw myself off the bridge. You guided me to the Kodama. Bye bye. Why? Ah, you're defending it. Not too sure how these people are inside, don't hear the extremely loud fight outside, but... What's gonna do, big man? Stop me? Take the holiness of holy arrows. You son of a bitch. Holy that, you bastard. You're wholly unworthy of my sweet, cool new arrows. Oh, God damn it. He got me. He got me! Quiet, you. I do like the lines on them, like they're some sort of depressed anime character. Oop! Oop. Screw you! Oh my God! It's Hijikata. You stay poisoned. Bad choice. You must be so Soji, you must be so reliant on spirit stones.
俺たちだけでいい。
Oh, damn, Kihei the grave robber. What a rude guy. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna guess that the end of this area is going to end with a fight with Kondo Isamu. I haven't really fought on any of those Kodokas in this game. Poor choice. Stop dodging. No! I'm flattered, lass. But you're scary. I like a hug, but you're like a normal one. Be watered. Don't you goddamn Naruto me. Oh shit! You son of a bitch. Back out of there. You think you can pot me like some sort of weird Naruto character who everyone really liked at some point? Better learn, better made. I am the protagonist. And therefore I have all the coolest moves. Am I supposed to jump to this location? Oh. Shh. Good evening. Have you ever thought of the 1-inch punch? Do you like it looks like you're doing the ha. Honestly, probably stronger than backstabbing them, actually. Silence. explode with the power of 1,000 one-inch punches. God, I do so much damage these days. What's the point of that? There's nothing up here. Guess they had that piece of environment that looked cool, so they wanted to put something there so you could at least do something. Power of gravity. Let's try, big man. You can't make me fight all of them. Oh no, it's got the Kodama too! Oh no, the little green baby. He's also affected by the spiritual lantern. How could this be? I'm a monster. I feel like my whole strategy this time has just included me completely overusing that one move. Saigo-sama. If you run fast enough, you could go through water. Speaking of, if we're speaking of Flash here. No, but I'm speaking of dying. Look at me go. Fell to my death. I know the Flash can run over water. He can also run through time. It hardly seems fair. Yeah, I know Tiberian's a cool guy with a cool car, but I don't think Tiberian's car can fly quite that fast. Up goes the man's head. The ultimate reset button. Let's have the Flash run and do a time reset. And, you know, notoriously that never went well. I'm gonna be honest. Notoriously not usually a good thing. No. Oh, you bastard. Off you go. Be gone. However, DC keeps using it. They do love themselves a flashpoint, don't they? Nice. That's what it's called, right? It's called Flashpoint, isn't it? Okay, never mind. I don't know much about comics, to be entirely honest with you. But I do think I know the name of when the Flash does things like that. And it's called the point when the Flash does things like that, otherwise known as a flashpoint. Don't we hate when the Flash keeps doing things? It's funny though, because I always laugh at the fact that a lot of the Flash's enemies tend to be rather chill guys, all things considered. Aren't the Flash's rogues galleries the ones who are like, no children should be involved, no indiscriminate killing, and no drugs? Like, what is this? A sports game? Are we fighting crime here? Why are my enemies having rules? How these things work? There's the Flashpoint paradox. Oh, is it? I thought it was like, hey, it's that point where Flash does that thing. That Flash thing. That points to the writers having a really bad idea and deciding to keep going. Be defeated by the Ords. I read that completely wrong. Combo. Kondo Koushin. Choshin. Sorry, Kondo Choshin. What a nice guy. Sure he's cool. Is that? You can hear the bloop 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 bloop. Oh, don't fall off the edge. Whew. You can hear the bloop bloop of a goddamn Kodama somewhere around here. Where is he? I can hear you. Oh, he's over there! Being defended by the ghost of Kondo Ishin, I suppose. DC retcon their entire universe twice in 5 years. Ah, nice. So much confidence. I love their confidence in their own property. There it is, Kondo Isame. I can do that too, Kondo Isame. How about this? How about this? Nice try, big man. Big sword man. Kick his ass, sword man. Kick his ass. Yours, your shinobi in the Shinzugami. Bludgeoned to death by Kondo Isame. Never stray from the path of the warrior. I'm gonna be honest, I think he's strayed from the path of the warrior. You know, I never really understood. I understand retcon. I really think they should have just been more okay with there not being an official canon, so to speak, you know? I really do think sometimes canon in sort of long-running, universe-spanning stories can be much more restrictive than it can be helpful. But I know it's probably hard to get invested when there is no canon. First one was triggered by Flashpoint, called Infinite Crisis. Yeah, I remember Infinite Crisis. Second one was the New 52. New 52 sounds like a product released after WD-40'd. The WD-40 now comes out with the New 52. The newest product. For your lubricator. Oh my god! Jesus, my character just tried to leap off the edge like he didn't. He's like, I'm done with the world. Let me go! Let me go! Get some holy arrows. And go. Ooh. Ooh. What reused boss are they gonna bring here now? Oh. Oh. Oh my god, never mind. I don't think that was in a previous game. Oh my god, it's a bird made of eyes. Oh no, I think you were, actually. In a previous game. Oh my god. Why do you sound like an elephant? Don't you run away from me, boy. Oh wait, was I supposed to use this when he was flying? I was probably supposed to use it when I was flying. Why does this bird sound like an elephant? Huh? What do you mean? Get out of the way. Gave them Zoom Alpha and everyone hated the Origins. Get cannon, boy. Kicked that guy's ass, by the way. I was even reading the comments when that was happening. But yes, nobody liked the new outfits. Gave them outfits everyone hated and some new origins. Did everyone hate the origins too? Probably shouldn't have let the child with tuberculosis with extreme mental illness take over the squad, but, you know. Be not I to judge the choosing of a samurai, faction.
無事だったのね。よかった。
Ah, yeah.
墓場のあやかし。
Indeed I did.
払ってくれた
Though,
んでしょ
without wings, it's rather hard to find your way to the graveyard.
それぞれの信念のために死んだ。
Mm-hmm.
どうか安らかに。
Mm-hmm.
さあ、私は診療所に戻らなくちゃ。七条の鳥羽の西よ。あなたも何かあったらいらっしゃい。
Sure.
七
Seems like fun. Got a quest for me, lass?
七条の鳥羽。
Okay, I have to go to the... Fair enough. Alright. Done. Like a dinner there. And yeah, she's in the quest now. Okay. I've got 2 more quests down here. But I kind of go through here and do this lesser crucible. We'll do that. They also said the absolute line. Yes, I've actually seen that a lot. I don't know why. Perhaps it's because they're doing there's like a more of a social media push for this new storyline they're doing. But I have seen so much of Brick Shithouse Batman. I'm like, what have they been feeding you, Bruce? Bruce, what have the hell have they been feeding you, mate? Mate's built like a wide barn and twice as tall. But I feel like I heard something that they weren't necessarily edgy in character. They still acted as they do. Meaning Batman doesn't kill people, it's just now he brutalizes people. Like he snapped that guy's arm because he did a salute of a certain painter from Austria. This favoured salute of the certain painter from Austria. He's broke, but he's huge and has an axe on his chest. I see. What a specific reimagining. What if Batman, but broke? But broke, but hench? What if broke, but so hench he doesn't need steroids? Have you considered that? Hmm? The brokest, but the henchest. Oh god, how is this guy electrocuted? Oh god. Higashiyama. The Eastern Mountain. Excuse me, the universe's dark side remaking it as miserable as possible. Oh, don't I love a petty reality bender. But I suppose the idea of the story will be, even though he makes them all super miserable and bitter, they still don't give up their... They still don't give up their, like... goodness. Or something like that, right? That's what it's going to be, sort of the idea is. Even with this, the sort of the weight of the world bearing down upon them, they're still good people. They still do the heroic thing. Would be the story I assume they're attempting to tell. I guess, I don't read it. I remember people saying that, whoa, he went flying! I punted that guy across the map. That's what at least what I've seen or heard people talking about. Marvel is the same thing as it currently, with the universe being retconned by the Master. God. Is it impossible for these people not to have a very vague name for everything? The Master. Who gets outdone by the Grandmaster. Who gets outdone by the double-time Grandmaster in chess. Who gets outdone by a guy that is just God, the Abrahamic God, but with like a really vague name. Like the One Above or something like that. They don't ever call him God, they're like the One Above All. And it turns out it's like Stanley or something. He's just evil Reed Richards. Oh, I see. I'm sure he feels great being compared to Reed Richards. Resident Noodle Man. Though I do find it funny that with the sort of man become noodle, man can become plastic idea, Marvel went with Reed Richards and DC went with Plastic Man. Not to be confused with the leader or dictator. I'll try not to. But isn't there DC's sort of resident elastic-based superhero Plastic Man, and he's like really horrifying? Any other thing to go backwards? Yes, and I guess you can put it that way. I can. Oh, shit. Shit. Okay, we're just gonna fight him normally. Do you see many comics there in Japan? No, not really. It really is all manga, all the way down. Don't really see much of the Western stuff here. I'm sure there's a place for it. I've just never found it. I think I might have seen one or two Western comics in like a second-hand bookshop. Translated versions of Western comics. This is a worryingly large arena. I do not like how large this arena is. Did that guy just shoot me in the face with a gun? Rude son of a bitch. I win. I feel like I saw one comic. I feel like usually, if you're lucky, one comic book store per town in Australia, to be honest. I know it's the man with the surprisingly well-shaped booty. Oh, damn. He's boxing me. Holy shit. Man's taking his lessons. Eat that, mate. I do like how those guys wield the hammer like a... the giant hand cannon like a... I did hear about the Plastic Man and Justice thing, huh? Oh, Raijin. Lovely to see you. Shame I defeated you with the power of water. Turns out the toaster was weak to the bath all along. Oh, speaking of manga, I really do need to read some more books in Japan. I need to really practice my reading. I'm terrible. Meaning I just don't practice enough. I really don't. This isn't a beach. This isn't a beach. It's a bathtub. And an outlet. I never understand how that became the comedic sort of thing, saying, oh, it's time to take a self-volitional trip off this mortal coil. Reference stats for your weapons equipped in ninja style becomes the same value as your reference stats for the weapon equipped in your samurai style. What? Does that mean? Reference stats for weapons equipped in ninja become the same reference stats. That's... I don't know what the hell a reference stat is. Crucible tool. Cat! Oh, hello, shopkeeper. Bring me your strongest potions. Grant me your strongest potions, potion seller. Cat. Let's go! I can't wait for this cat to lead us into danger. Oh, I see. I forgot, this is the scared campus. Alright, let's try that again. This is the Scampus with social anxiety. And all the Scampus that has an entirely reasonable reaction to a man with a giant hammer chasing him down a street. Stealth. Do 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 do. There's one angry Salon cat. Stealth. Oh, it wants me to go through the area with the giant Kaimatachi on patrol. Lovely, that seems good for my health. This cat needs to fix its priorities, Jesus. Oh, we're back here. Hey, little man. I pet all the Scampuses, guys. I pet all of the cats. The cats love me. I'm gonna pet this thing. Here, petting. This guy moves around too much. God, mate, you're a son of a bitch. Winner. Formidable enemy defeated. Unruly revolution. Wind. Fun. I'm sure I'll get around to using that move. Yasuji the Enrage. I'm enraged. They hide these things in the weirdest spots. Who put... some developer had to put that corpse there. And I have no idea why they did it. It's hard to say, but that corpse is a redundant spot. Didn't they say there was a bird on Kimizudera? Oh yes, I did fight the bird. It was under Kimizudera. Silence. I win. Any other fun things hiding from me here? There's the door, of course. Open sesame. Open sesame seed. Hey, big chum, how are you? You join me, exhausted after a hike. Deciding that this is the best use of my time, while exhausted after a hike. The jury is out. Ooh, nice. You know what that is? That is one angry lady attempting to do the Hour of the Ox ritual. What's that you say? I'm thinking of the Beatles. Oh. Well, the Beatles are a nice band. Their songs can be comforting. I used to like Paul. A lot of people used to like Paul. I always liked them as a group. They're not, their solo stuff was good, but... But by your emphasis on the past tense, I'm assuming you don't like Paul anymore. Old Paul McCartney. I still do. Oh, okay. Fair enough. This is a case of, I used to like him, I now love him. I don't like him anymore. I love him. Caltrops ball. Ooh. I just don't listen to the Beatles often. It's probably a few people don't. I can't say I've listened to them. Oh, no. That's wrong. I did do them at karaoke when I went to karaoke. I did do a Beatles song at karaoke. So. That's on me. Pet all of the weird little fellows. I got a helmet. And the Twin Phoenix Extend. So I've got all the little weird men. I got a magic hat. It's amazing. It's all I could have ever wanted. Look at the little man on my head. Fear me and my dangerous companion. My Fusen companion. Did I miss that? I am desperately running out of side content to do. I do not like the heartbeat sound. Fall to his death. They always do. Martial arts by 5. Shadow arts supremacy. Alright. Okay, last thing I have to do is this area. 40 minutes? I think we can do it. I think I'm insane. Do you now? Well, depending on your definition, just maybe, or you might not be. Ah, a classic. You're suffering from the classic one. Yes, I know of it. I don't think no. I suppose I have experienced it. I do have that thought every now and then. But I wouldn't say it's, detrimental. It occurs to me that a great deal of the people in my life... It's not they are faking liking me. It's just that people don't like people sometimes. You know, I'm not about... It's hard to describe what I'm trying to say, but yes, I understand what you're thinking about. In a small way, I have experienced it. It's a tough thing, because you just can't tell what's inside someone else's head. It can be rather distressing. And it is hard. It is hard. But remember, most people aren't faking talking. Most people enjoy talking to people. They're not... around you, wondering if you just use it as a pity thing. That's much rarer. I'll say if they're choosing to hang around with you, it's a much rarer thing that they don't like you in some case. I'll put that one to rest right now. If you're hanging out with these people often, And they're continuing to hang around you. And you're alright. It's okay. They like you. It ain't faking. I ain't faking. Me? I'm for real a frog. Legit. Papa. It's encouraging, J-Hank. Thank you for your contribution to this conversation. For real OG. I thought you said I'm a for real frog. And I was like, okay, J-Hank. I believe you. You're a for real frog. But no, you're a for real OG. Sorry, my brain didn't see the space. I've been reading too many Japanese students who don't put the space in their writing. Or put too many spaces. That's alright. You'll be fine. If they choose to hang out with you, it's likely they don't hate you. And the people you meet on the street that are polite to you? Does my hat summon... Oh my god, my hat summons ferrets. Holy shit. Even I do dumb stuff. Most of the time, even if you do dumb stuff. I know, you look at me and go, wow, look at that old man. He's spectacular, handsome, intelligent. He's a Renaissance man. He's a polyglot. He's amazing. How could anyone ever think he's ever stupid? I have done some truly spectacularly stupid things. My friends still hang out with me. So don't worry. If you're able to own your stupidity, then it becomes a charming character trait. If you do something stupid and then you go, wow, damn, that was stupid. Or, whoa. And if it hurts somebody, you know, ask for their forgiveness. You know? That's what I hide all day. Many do. Many do. Many do. It's alright. You can get through it. One step at a time. That's all it takes. Just, you know... Funnily enough, it reminds me... I'm not going to tell that story, but it does remind me of a story. I just realised, not my story to tell. Sorry. It would have been very helpful for you. Unfortunately, I can't tell it. Not my story. I wonder if Paul McCartney had stupid exactly. You know, a lot of them do, surprisingly, do not do well. A lot of people do not do well. I don't know what just happened. Right. Damn, you had a terrible father. And having a mental breakdown, honestly, a lot of people had a mental breakdown over a Beach Boys song. Hell, a lot of people had a mental breakdown on a beach. It's a great place for mental breakdowns, as long as you don't walk into the sea. Never a good idea. Don't pull a Howard Holt. No one wants that. Which, in some conspiracy theories, is to be believed. Pulling a Howard Holt means defecting to the communists. Or the Japanese. I think it might have been the Japanese. Only God knows is good, so I can't blame him. You know, music's one of those things. It really gets into your heart. Worms its way in. What's that guy's name? Hey! I wonder if he's like, hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Sung that at karaoke too, actually. Had a good time singing What's Up by the Four Non-Blondes, or whatever they're called. I only know the name of the band because I saw it on the karaoke machine. And it's a funny name. Hey! Never listened to Hey Jude in full? No? A good one. I recommend it. I've played Hey Jude once before, actually. I don't think I've ever sung it myself, though. Oh my god, these beehives are dripping fire. I can see my chimney next. It's an alright song. Nailed it. Hey, get some sleep now. Try not to have too much fun. Oh, I won't. Fun? We don't have that in this house. How dare you suggest a thing? We exclusively do everything just to be miserable. I'll see you probably tomorrow. Might be another night stream tomorrow, so 24 hours from now, but... Don't you shoot a gun at me? There it is. Damn. I'm in the kill box. Nailed it. I don't know why I summon a ferret every time I shoot someone on the head. And my dad's friend wrote to comfort me over a divorce. Then my sad dad thought it was his wife. And then he would dominate all good hearing and become a gravity dominated idiot. Yeah, that would be. Oh god, there's a corpse face there. That would make things awkward. Oh. Wait, they don't get hit by that? They get hit by this? I'm starting to realize the hitboxes of these things may be a bit low for these things to be hit by. Come back, you dodgy little fly. What's the worst one of these crucibles yet? I am gonna break it down. All crucibles done. The Golden Sun helmet. Gallant Feats helmet. What's this Golden Sun hat? Oh, the Raijin hat's cool. You know what's more awkward? I don't know. I don't know what would be more awkward than somebody misunderstanding what the song was about. And making it about them. That is pretty awkward. It was a song also having people parried it. Ooh. Yeah, no, you're right. Onushi. Ashira mieru no ka? I do, in fact, know that I have at some point parried it while drunk. Sure, Ghost. This I can watch more make mashed potatoes. Yes. You know, I haven't had mashed potatoes in a while. Maybe I'll make that for dinner tomorrow as a side dish. I do like mashed potatoes. Jitsuwa? He was an artist. I came to the capital in hope of seeing a new yokai. Why would you come to the capital of your country to see a ghost? I don't know, actually, that makes sense. Never mind. Carry on. Oh, can you tell by my artistic hat and my gold frame? For exactly that reason that we met. Something I've drawn? Sure, I occasionally do that. I forget I occasionally do that. Technically, our character is supposed to be an artist. We're supposed to be the shogun of peace, who loves drawing paintings, not making war. Making vistas, not making orphans. And look at us, we're making orphans. Truly. What the world does to a man. Just wants to be an artist. And now I'm out here, beating monsters to death with a hammer the size of a mid-sized sedan. Oh yeah? There's a rare yokai at a specific temple. Oh, I was just there, you know. How annoying. Mashed potatoes is my comfort meal. It is a comforting meal. Alright. I win that combat. I am really rather strong, aren't I? I'll probably have it when I'm sad. It's a good meal. When I was a kid, I always used to eat sausages and vegetables, as my parents used to say it. It was a simple meal, locally, whatever vegetables were in season. And potatoes were always in season. And so we'd have a lot of potatoes. A lot of mash. My brother hated mashed potatoes. My nephew inherited that trait from him, I suppose. My brother hated the taste of mashed potatoes, and I think it was exclusively because we ate him so much, but I never could get over. I loved him. I loved him. I'm a mashed potato fiend. So I used to have the sausage and veggies. Just a heap of steamed veggies and mashed potatoes. It was great. I miss beef sausages. The sausage of Australia is made of beef. Right, I'm back here. Wow, I've done a full circle. Jesus. I managed to do that. If I was the head of a magical statue, where would I be? I would probably be up there, wouldn't I? Question is... Oh, there. That's how I get up there. Got one annoying bee. Now you're a dead bee. How about that? Now you shall be dead. Now you shall be gone. So I can't always leave my hometown. Fair. I wanna fly the nest. Fly the coop. Be free. It's a fair enough and rather known phenomenon. I'm sure you'll get your chance. Visiting the 6 Jizo. Complete. Hey, you got an achievement. I did. I've got a lot of achievements today. I've pretty much got an achievement for every, like, collectible you can get. Because I have actually started collecting all of the collectibles. You can tell we're reaching the end of the game. All the collectible achievements are rocking. We're like, oh, congratulations, you've collected all of this. You've collected all of that. Wow. I am the collector master. I will 100% Nioh. I do like how you heard that achievement. Out of all the achievements I got. I thought I was gonna say, the emotional go, can I get an extension? I wanna be the very best. Ba-da-da. And now I've got a hat. Boom, 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 boom. This hat makes a weird ferret appear every time I blow their heads off. That's not how the song goes. I asked for a few extensions for a few professors. I always struggled writing assignments. Turns out it's probably because I had ADHD, but, you know, that wasn't really much of a thing when I was around, so... There was no kindness from my professors. They were like, you're not very good at this whole college, this university thing. Oh, you're arrogant. I was like, I'm doing my best. Got all this Pokemon. All I got was this lousy t-shirt. Flattering, lass. But I do like my heart and organs to be in the places they have remained. God damn, the worm. You're not gonna worm your way out of this one, mate. Alright, happy now? The weird ghost man. Nozuchi. I think the worm's the best one to draw. It's really easy. At least I can lay in the dorm and get used to someone being my roommate. That's gonna be a big adjustment, Big Chub. Having to get along with someone you don't really know? It's mad. Takes a lot of time. And you're really trusting them to be a good person. Isn't that how all my works? You have fun.
あの男の望みは叶わなかったか。不憫よの。静か。いや、ご両親が珍しいあやかしを知っておるかもしれん。
Better than being alone and going insane.
今の章については、あやつの方が詳しいはずじゃ。
Jesus, are we really going on a massive side quest for an old man? Alright. Why is fast travel unavailable? That was weird. Fair enough, I do get a bit stir crazy when I'm in the house by myself for too long. That's a good thing. Motivated. Ah, we'll talk to the doctor as well. While we're here. Still got 15 minutes. Oh, this is where she is.
すみません、イネ先生。新選組がどう思われてるかは承知しています。ですが、どうか未来あるものを見捨てないでやってください。
私は医者よ。誰だろうと。
What a nice girl.
見捨てない。
Real shame I've probably put most of those people in that hospital. Hey, Les.
あなた、ちょうどよかった。あなたになら。
Yeah.
この人たち、戦で深手を負って命が危ないの。
Yeah.
ただ、薬が足りなくて、取りに行ってくれないかしら。
説明は俺が。俺は東堂平介というものです。
And I am your worst
薬は
nightmare.
新選組が使っていた京都御所近くの屋敷にあるはずです。あそこには土方さんがたくさんの薬を持ち込んでいました。土方さんは元薬売りです。薬の効果は確か
He
な。
was a Kusuriuri.
ただ、土方さんが亡くなった今、あそこは幕府軍の管轄に。あやかしが多く危険です。俺も行きましょう。
いいえ、薬は竹千代さんにお願いしましょう。東堂さん、あなたは焼酎を。消毒に必要
Quick, get that shochu. She specifically said shochu.
俺にお任せを。薬
That duff tastes like medicine, I'll admit. It does taste like if I poured it on my wounds, it would heal them.
だけど、どうか苦しんでいる彼らを救ってください。
Sure, kid. I can help you out, kid. Don't you worry. Where's that quest? Oh, it's over there. On. Alright. Next, let's talk to our knowledgeable Lars. Hey, Lars! Help me.
なるほど。
We want to find the weirdest looking yokai you got.
確かにこの地でたくさんのあやかしを見てきました。しかし、その方が描いたことのないあやかしかどうかまでは。あら、草薙？何か言いたそうね。
How about us?
なるほど。自分の姿を描いてほしい
Paint
と。
me like one of your French girls.
今の成長した草薙を描いてみてはどうです？素晴らしい絵になりましたね。その方にもぜひ見ていただきましょう。
Sure. Up he goes. How did I... You weren't there before. I'll have to deal with that later. Oop, almost ran straight off the cliff. How's this man? I bring you art. Never that easy.
ただならぬあやかしの気配。気をつけよ、竹千代。
Oh my god! Well, that would be a unique yokai, certainly. I wasn't expecting that. Ouch, my bones. I got beaten to death by a giant old lady with a snake for a head. Don't we all? Oh, nailed it. Nice try, big lass. And beat to death by an old lady with a cane. More common than you'd imagine. When the hell did you see that lady? How many old ladies with 3 snakes for a head are there? I did. Yeah. I own some magical yokai. That's funny you'd say that, kid. It is a divine beast. I'm sure that name would mean something to me if I knew more about Edo period yokai artists. But I am not. I got an achievement for that, though. But I admit my knowledge of Edo period ghost painters is rather low. I know, tragic. Real let down on my part. I know. Am I just gonna pull them with this one move? You better believe I am. Poison. Bob! I'm never gonna use any other spell. That is just the best spell. No, everything explodes now, Bob. No. Cease. It's my favorite. I love the cease button. Alright. Let's see if we can't finish this last quest. And then next stream will essentially be it. If we can finish up all the side quests before the end of this stream. That will be that. We'll be almost done. Do I have enough to dress as a priest? Oh, damn it, I don't have the high priest pants. No. Dang it. That's the most important part. Do you know a PS2 game called Samurai Western? No, I do not. Sounds pretty cool though. Samurai Western. I do not know of a game called Samurai Western. It is. You should play it. Sounds pretty cool. Sounds pretty cool. Oh, we should play a PlayStation 2 game too, shouldn't we? I've recently seen this another Vtuber called Natsukashi, which is of course a pun on Natsukashi. Which means nostalgic. And this VTuber, she's chosen to go on with like a model that looks like an old 80s and 90s like anime. Which is really cool. I thought it was a really fun idea. And also, she plays retro games. A lot of retro games. So, if you want to watch somebody who plays some retro games, this Natsukashi plays some retro games. She seemed really fun. I'm sure she's a good... I watched a bit of her streams. She also does videos and... I think, like, looking at certain games and sort of short... Natsukashi with a K. Kashi. Natsukashi. She's got like 2,000 subscribers. She started last year. It upsets me sometimes. But I realize it's because I don't do anything. I can't really expect to be famous when I don't do anything to be famous. It's entirely on me. Natsukashi. Play some retro games. Don't know how many of those retro games will be retro games you're interested in, but... they are, in fact, retro games. Alright, the door is open. The jewel able to be had. The estate full of ghosts. She played like Superman 64 or something recently, I remember. You never know. She might interest you more than I would. Put on some makeup, a bow. Right, and you're on. Nice. I got it. Okay. Time to dress up. Some breast. Oh yeah? A single breast. One single breast. That is all I need. 2 breasts would be too powerful. I'd be too popular then. You know, honestly, I'd be pretty tempted to get a style like that if I ever went with like a 2D model. If I'm gonna go for a 2D model, I feel like I'd have to do a really stylish one, you know? I'd want to go for a model that's like super like stylized, like hers was, you know? I wouldn't want to go for just a normal, you know, handsome old man. I'd want to look like a comic book or something like that. Something specific. Maybe I'd like make it like I'd make myself like a Fist of the North Star character. Way too detailed. Dodge me, you son of a bitch! I still don't see many indie VTubers hitting it big. I'm sure there's a few. There's certainly lots that are a lot bigger than me. Hitting it big may be difficult though, but I don't see many small indie ladies also hitting it big. I think the market's just a bit tough. It is partly to do with my gender, I'm sure, but I more blame it on my lack of drive. I'd probably be a bit more successful at actually editing videos and actually posting stuff in places people see them. You know, if I had taken notice of like the YouTube Shorts craze push, I might have found more success. But, you know, we make our choices and we choose our things. I've always more focused on it being something fun to do. But if I end up having more time at home this coming year, as I think I will in the first half of the year, we might do a bit of a push, you know? The first 4 or 5 months of the year. I mean, I'd do a bit of a push for it, you know? Maybe I'll make some YouTube shorts. Make some edited videos. Alright, people rescued. Finish this mission, and then we'll finish up and sit and chat for a bit. And next stream will be the end. Unless they pull something out of their ass. No! No, the monsters! Jesus! Wait, this guy just is trying to kill us because he doesn't want to die alone? Jesus. What a son of a bitch. Oh, the doctor's alive. She does not look happy. Indeed it is. Look at my hat. It shall bring you comfort.
ありがとう。ごめんなさい。彼らは救えなかったわ。
Yeah, it happens.
この薬はあなたにも必要よ、東堂さん。あなたも怪我を負っていること。
Can love bloom on the battlefield?
傷が癒えるまで私の治療を受けなさい。
Can love really bloom on the battlefield?
苦しむ仲間にだけは弱った自分を見せまいと。
I don't know why you tried to be that nice. That guy just tried to kill you because he didn't want to die alone.
言ったでしょ。私は誰も見捨てない。だからあなたも体を治し。
Wow, they actually have
彼ら
animated
の分
faces.
まで生きなさい。生きるために霊石にする。
She actually looks upset. Like her bottom lip's like pouting
医
out.
学の力で変えてやるんだから。
やっぱりいいね先生にはかなわない。
Buddy.
わかりました。あいつらの分も生きて戦い続けます。みんな見ててくれよ。俺、
Cute.
いいね先生みたいに強く
What a fun meet cute story they're gonna have. You have fun with that, guys. I'm off. Oh shit. Well, we're not doing this mission tonight, but goddamn, really? Another quest? How many quests do you want from me, Doctor? Doctor, I only got so many quests in me.
竹千代さん、お世話になったわね。
Okay, I have to reload the Oh, goodness. Well, we'll leave it there, actually. I'll get the quest next time. Whenever that happens to be. Probably tomorrow night, to be honest. Ninja's Equilibrium. Reference stats for your weapons and samurai are the same as your reference stats for... Sort of weird... What a weird thing. Versatility. Oh yeah, that's the versatility that everything gets stronger. Anyway. I think, yeah. Flexibility. Follow-up damage increases the damage of your next attack. Anyway. Let's quit. Wait, is it gonna crash? Come on. Come on, you must. Crash. Do it. Oh, you son of a bitch, it didn't crash. Oh my god. We've been blessed, guys. We've been blessed with the rare night that the game didn't crash when you quit it. Oh my god. What is this? A functioning game? Jesus. That's not like you, Team Ninja. Yeah, we did a lot tonight. We got a lot of achievements that... So, tonight we we became a god amongst men by defeating all of the masters. A Scampus enthusiast by petting all the Scampuses. Total control, capturing all the bases. Lesser Crucible Eradicator, purified all the lesser Crucibles. Eagle-eyed, pet all the Chijiko, which are the little ferrets. Visiting the 6 Jizo, prayed all the Jizo statues. And like-minded friends, satisfied Toriyama Seiken with a painting of Kusanagi. My goodness. We did a lot tonight. We're really wrapping it up, and I'm definitely thinking next stream. I was right, 2 more streams. 2 more streams. And you know what? I think we'll make it another night stream. I think we will. For me, night. For you, like 6 in the morning. For most of you. Or 5 in the morning. It'll be a night stream for me, though. So, we'll probably do another night stream, considering I've got the time. What else am I doing with my day? So yes, tomorrow night. I think I'll give myself the day to relax, recover from the rather strenuous hike I did today. It was a beautiful hike. But yes. About 21 hours hence, we'll say. I'll make the stream tomorrow morning. I was about to be going to do a stream tomorrow morning, but no. We'll stream tomorrow night. I've got more sake to drink. More cocktails to make. I feel like this whole drink of the day thing was really predicated on me drinking when I was streaming, but I don't really have many night streams anymore, and I am not really mad enough to be drinking at 9 in the morning. I don't know, that seems like an unhealthy relationship with alcohol. Drinking so early in the morning. Today's drink. Oh yes, today's drink. I did the whole speech at the beginning, but it is nigori sake. Which is cloudy sake. Cloudy or turbid sake. Nigori means turbidity. Or cloudiness. And it is pretty similar, and it was actually probably a more common form of sake back before they had more advanced processing techniques. But as processing techniques got more advanced, and they were able to make finer and finer meshes, they were able to actually filter out most of the sort of, fermentation product. The mash, one could say. And that led to this, what we all know today, as what most people know is today, is sake looks pretty much like water. But nigori sake is a sake that is only been coarsely strained. It's pressed like normal sake. It's, aged and pressed like normal sake, except when they strain it and they filter it, they don't filter it through a fine strain or mesh. It's through a coarse cloth or mesh. Which goes with a cloudy appearance because the finer particles are still in the photo. You can see it in the photo that I have. The sort of cloudiness sitting at the bottom, because I let it separate, because it does if you leave it alone for long enough. I thought it was a cool effect. But then you can sort of see the clear at the top and the sort of white cloudy thing at the bottom. And when you shake it up, it sort of gives it a milky appearance. And it's quite thick because of it. It's thicker than normal sake. Normal sake is essentially like drinking water. I always joke, it's like drinking water that's somehow lighter and more refreshing. Sake is dangerous. But this is heavier, weightier. Has a stronger, heavier mouth, more full mouth feel. And you can taste a lot of this sort of sake. Sort of the texture of the rice product. Sort of a bit like a fruit juice with pulp. Not quite as big pieces as pulp in like a orange juice. But close. Sort of like a fine pulp. It's nice. They tend to be thought of as sweet. Mostly because they're related low alcohol cousin amazake. Amazake, also unfiltered, quite pulpy, I suppose, textured drink that's usually drunk at New Year's. Which is a type of unfiltered low alcohol sake, which is very sweet. This one has the sort of strong rice flavour, but the one I had tonight wasn't actually that sweet. But it can range from quite sweet to quite dry, just like a normal sake, it's just less filtered, and you got the sort of taste of the rice being a bit stronger as a flavour. It's nice. There's of course the more interesting historical version of... Oh my god. You should really watch the start of the stream. I went on a crazy round. But maybe I'll talk about it now. But essentially, you've got these cloudy sakes. You've got nigori sake. And you've got Dobodoku. Dobodoku, there's a whole history there. But while I was chatting about it, I was looking it up, and I remember there was one more really weird sake. And I managed to find it. And it's called Kuchikami sake. Sorry, I was coughing my lungs out, don't worry. Happens to the best of us. If you cough your lungs out, then you can clean them out. When they come out of your mouth, you just get a brush. Push them back in. That's a horrifying image. Not as horrifying as this image, but there is a weird sake. Dobodoku is a normal sort of homebrew sake that no one makes because as clear sake and nigori sake got more popular and more easy to make, most people stopped producing at home. And then also, there were rules made that if you're going to to produce alcohol in Japan, you need a license, and a liquor license requires you to produce a certain amount of liquor per year that normal people wouldn't do. So this sort of unfiltered, unpressed sake sort of porridge, which is dobodoku, is very rarely made these days. You can buy it sometimes, and you can buy it from shrines that use it specifically for ritual purposes. But the other one I'm talking about was kuchikami sake. Kuchikami sake. Let me tell you what kuchi and kami means. Kuchi means mouth. Kuchi. Mouth. Kami is sort of like the descriptive or the sort of adjective form, or a sort of connected form of kau. Kamu? Kamu. Yeah, sorry, kamu. Which means to bite or to chew. So this is literally mouth, chew, sake. And I thought when I read that name, Kuchikami, that probably, is it like a really thick sake block or something? Do they turn this sake into a block? No, I couldn't have been more wrong. No. This Kuchikami sake is sake, alcohol, that uses the chewing of the rice by a person and the spitting it out into a bucket and then just leaving it there for a while as the fermentation starter. So, to make this, you get rice, and then you chew it, and then you spit it out, and then that gets collected, and you usually leave it around for a few weeks, and it becomes alcoholic. It uses human saliva as a fermentation starter, because human saliva has an enzyme that breaks the rice down. Because there is something in our sake, and there's also, of course, bacteria in our mouths. So, it's really gross. But then I was struck with an idea. Wait. This is a sort of highly religious type of sake that is made by the rice being first chewed, usually by a woman, preferably a pure woman or a priestess. Spit sake, yes. But I suddenly thought of an innovative new product for VTubers to sell to their dangerously parasocial fans. That's right, J-Hank, it's time for the Gamer Girl fermented sake. The Gamer Girl spit sake. The Gamer Girl mouth chewed sake. That's right. That's the newest product out of some deranged streamer that has been in their room streaming to bizarre people on the internet for far too long. Get out of the way, bathwater. Get out of the way, private parts scented soap. No. Today, we are introducing Anime Girl Chewed Sake. The greatest way to a stomachache. By the way, it gets to about 7% if you leave it for 2 weeks. The Win&Co's latest product for the lonely and parasocial fan. Your favorite. We collected... we invited your favorite VTubers to a undisclosed location in the Japanese countryside. We boiled a heap of rice and we got them to chew and spit into buckets like they were some sort of cowboy. Like some sort of Midwest, old-timey cowboy with some chewing tobacco. And then we bottled it up, left it for 2 weeks, and now we can send it straight to your door. This magically made anime girl. We did not search in their trash or steal any toothbrushes. No. We invited them to a shed in a valley in the mountains of Japan. And they were very enthusiastic about the creation of this new product from Win&Co. The world's most ethical pharmaceutical company. So that's what I was ranting about at the beginning of the stream. Was that we need to make anime girl chewed sake. Gamer girl chewed sake. That's what we need. And I hate that I've now said that, because in a strange way, I feel like I'm manifesting it, you know? By putting that energy out into the world. I feel like I'm manifesting this possibility, and it deeply upsets me. The thing is, this is a known thing, because this actually turns up as a plot point in Your Name, the very popular Kyoto animation movie. Your Name. Apparently it turns up in that movie. I've not actually watched the movie, but apparently it turns up in that movie. Better tap better than that. Better that than tap water being sold as bathwater. I know. Bathwater mildly scented with like a perfume. God, that girl had a real idea, didn't she? I suspect outside of very specific religious ceremonies, making kuchikamizake is probably likely extremely illegal. I can't imagine. I saw it, didn't like it. A lot of people did. My nephew suggested it to me. I'll have to sit down and watch it. It's not a very long movie. But apparently, in that movie, one of the characters chews some rice and spits it out into a cup. And then that is used as a brewing starter. Not a fan of Kyoto animation movies? Oh, wow. Aren't you just a contrarian, aren't you? They should call you C. Hank. Contrarian Hank. Look at you going against the world. Don't you know they got burned in a fire? That was tragic. Tragic. That's made me sad. Why do you make me sad? Why did you have to say Kyoto Animation? Why'd you say Kyoto Animation? Why'd you mention them? I really hated 5 minute videos per second. I think I watched that one, and I do also remember being annoyed by it. And... ouch. Damn. This guy has taken no prisoners. It's all your fault that I feel sad now. I think I remember that one. That's the one where it ends with them, like, sort of almost seeing each other at the crossing. The railway crossing, right? If there's, like, little romance, and at the movie they move away from each other, and then at the end of the movie, they sort of just past each other. That movie doesn't have an end, even have an ending, no? What movie am I thinking about, then? Where they, like, have their romance, she moves away, then afterwards, they sort of pass each other on the street, and as they go back to look at each other, a train passes, and they go, I wonder what that feeling was, and they walk off and live their lives, and it's all about misconnections and stuff. Am I crazy? Is that not 5 centimeters per second? Maybe I'm misremembering another weird romance movie that had a weird ending. What's this? My hiking group's plan. I can't go. They cross the railway and then the movie and they turn into an AMV, and that was very lazy. Oh, okay. So you're saying it's not an ending just because you didn't like how it ending. Alright. I see. It did have an ending, you just didn't like it. And that's a lot of those movies, going all musical at the end. That's usually how people end movies, in a way. There is usually a lot of music at the end of movies. I don't consider an AMV an ending. You're hard to impress. Would you be impressed if your favorite character, man or woman, made you some Kuchi Kamizake? I'm sure you'd be happy. That's an awful thing to say, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. That's an awful thing to say. I don't think anyone would like that. There's no way it's any good. It's literally described as sour on Wikipedia. Who thought chewing up rice and spitting into a cup wouldn't taste very good? No problem. And no. Anyway. Apparently on this Reddit thread, there is a person who is actually, a girl, who has actually been the person to chew the rice. And spit it out to make the kushi kamizake. She does say that it doesn't taste as bad as it sounds. There you go. There you go. This random, I'm just gonna have to believe this random woman on the internet that she is telling the truth. Who knows if she's real? Who knows? Who knows if she is real? But supposedly, she did in fact chew on some rice. Sounds like an insult. Go chew on some rice. Sounds like an insult. Anyway, enough about that. Let's finish. It's 10:30. This is the latest I've done a night stream in a very long time. And we'll be doing another. It's mostly because I have nothing to do tomorrow. But we'll be back again tomorrow night for some more gaming. See you into Win&Co, and remember, chew enough rice and you can get drunk, I guess. You'd have to chew it for 2 weeks if you're going to keep it in your mouth. You have to chew it and spit it out and then leave it alone for 2 weeks. Then you can get drunk. But yes, if you chew enough rice and leave it around for a while, you too can get drunk. Which is actually something that happens to people. Good night, sleep tight, and don't let that weird, rare medical condition where if you chew on too much sugar, it ferments in your stomach and you get drunk. I don't think it's real. I think that might be one of those internet myths, but it sounds like a real condition. It would be really funny if that existed. Anyway, I'm going to go away before you can tell me it doesn't exist. I like to believe if you eat too much rice and you have a particular constitution, you too can get drunk. Nighty night.